Pranamami Hari Priye. Vanchakalpataruyasya Kripa Sindhu Vyavacha Patitanam Papanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Advaita Sivasadi Gaura Bhatta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Very nice, Prabhuji. Haribol. Dear devotees, our Arjuna Prabhu will be also getting initiated very soon. Haribol to him.
Arjuna Prabhu ki jai. Arjuna Prabhu.
So, devotees, we are on chapter 18. The title is The Perfection of Renunciation. So, the purpose of all the Vedas, we have so many wonderful, Bhagavad Gita being the essence of all the Vedas, but Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, there are so many, the Vedas, 4 Vedas, so many Upanishad, Purana. The essence is to understand Krishna and serve Krishna. That is the entire, ultimately, if somebody asks, what is the essence of all the Vedas? That is to realize Krishna. That is our primary, ultimate goal in our life. So, how do we do that? Acharya sir have said the best way is to do by realization. That's why this is a Krishna consciousness path. We can read. Reading is very important. Hearing is very important. Glorifying Krishna is very important. And in addition to that, we have to realize, we have to have complete faith and conviction about Krishna. Then only we can realize. We cannot take this as just a academia or literature that I'm going to become a scholar in all the scriptures, I can preach. But preaching without realization and having faith in Krishna will not have the complete value to that. So even one time Srila Prabhupada, he asked, how do you know Krishna is God, the Supreme God? So at the time, each devotee, they were giving their own kind of idea. One devotee said, Prabhupada, chapter 18, 65, 66, Sarva Dharman Parityaja, Krishna is saying, surrender to me, so he is the Supreme Lord. So many verses they quoted. Then they said that, Prabhupada, you said that Krishna is the Supreme, so we accept you. Srila Prabhupada said that, okay, I said that's good. But there is one thing that more beyond that, there is one, element to completely understand that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Then finally, one devotee said, Prabhupada, I really feel, I experience that Krishna is Supreme. He said that you are right. You have to feel, you have to experience, like all those wonderful devotees, when they went to Sadhu Sangha, they had such a wonderful moment there because they were able to realize, cherish that one, that association. And the Gurus all direct representative from Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada is a representative of Krishna. So all the Guru Maharaj are all representative of Krishna. So Sadhu Sangha is very important. And when we go there with pure, bhakti, pure mood, pure love, that is the best thing to happen. So devotees, let us read this. Krishna is still continuing in 1819 about the renunciation, Tyaga. But Tyaga, just doing it, also it has got the mode of goodness. Only that we can do. Even beyond that, Tyaga would be in the mode of Krishna consciousness. So why not we read this, devotees? And I'm seeing someone here, Chaitya. Is it Chaitya? Chaitanya or Chaitya? Hare Krishna. Anyhow, someone joined as Chaitya, so I was just checking.
His name is Chaitya Prabhu. He's just I think he might be a little shy or something, but yeah, it's Chaitya.
Chaitya. Okay. So he's
Yeah.
known to you, Prabhu?
Yeah, he's a very good friend of mine. He's been devotee since like 8 years old. He's very knowledgeable about a lot of things. He knows a lot too. Maybe he's busy or maybe he has his hands dirty or something, but yeah,
Okay.
he even has like 4 cows, so he knows like um a lot about the movement, so he can. I don't know if he wants to say anything, but maybe.
Okay, that's fine. We would like to hear from him, definitely. Okay, now who can read this, devotees? I don't know if the traveling devotees can read the screen, but you can read, Prabhu. One of you can read. Nick Prabhu, are you able to read?
If anybody doesn't want to read, I can try.
Okay,
I'm not really
okay,
that good in Sanskrit.
okay. Go ahead, Prabhu.
Karyamiti eva jat karma niyatam kriyate Arjuna sangam tyakba phalam chaiva tyagaha satviko mataha. I don't know how you say it, mataha or mata.
Very good, Prabhu. Who can, are you, anyone able to read from the, okay. Actually, Mataji, your audio, we are not able to hear. Uh, it is still, the audio is not clear. You can try, Mataji. Maybe the internet connection.
Yeah. So today, after the very dimension. Okay, I'll just text him. I'll just chat it.
Okay. Okay, let me read devotees then. Karyam iti eva yat karma niyatam kriyate arjuna sangam tyakva phalam chaiva satyaga satviko mataha. Okay, Arjun Prabhu, you want to read the synonym and translation?
Yes, Prabhu. Karyam, it must be done. Iti thus. Eva, indeed. Yat, which. Karma, work. Nityam, prescribed. Kriyate, is performed. Arjuna, O Arjuna. Sangam, association. Tyak, giving up. Palam, the result. Cha, also. Eva, certainly. Sa, that. Tyaga, renunciation. Satvikaha, in the mode of goodness. Mata, in my opinion. Translation by His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. O Arjuna, when one performs his prescribed duty only because it ought to be done, and renounces all material association and all attachment to the fruit, his renunciation is said to be in the mode of goodness. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Very good, Prabhu. Okay, purport. Anyone would like to read the purport, or I can read?
I can read that one.
Okay, please go ahead, Prabhu.
Prescribed duties must be performed with this mentality. One should act without attachment for the result. He should be disassociated for the mode of work. A man working in Krishna consciousness in a factory does not associate himself with the work of the factory, nor with the workers of the factory. He simply works for Krishna, and when he gives up the results for Krishna, he is acting transcendentally.
Very good, Prabhuji. Prabhu, would you like to kind of share more of your thoughts on this purport or verse? Okay, Arjuna Prabhu, any comments on this?
Okay, so you see, the Prabhupada is basically saying that if we go and work and we think about Krishna, we're not really associating with the material things, even though we are doing it materially. So I was thinking, like, there was once a reporter said that Srila Prabhupada, or I think they said that they say His Grace. They say His Grace in India, there's a higher rate than in, like, I think it was in Japan. And Prabhupada said, death rate 100% India, 100% Japan, 100% United States, 100% everywhere. So, people are just misusing their time here because this renunciation is the perfect renunciation because you're renouncing the things here. Like a lot of Mayavadis, they say, "Oh, I renounce this body," but in reality, it's not really our body; it's Krishna's body. So we renounce the material things, so eventually we come to Krishna, because Krishna is the higher pleasure. It's also our eternal position. But when we want to enjoy this material planet, not only we have to stay here, but the karma will also come here. So we don't want to really be associating too much with this stuff. It's like Prabhupada saying, if we work in the factory or anywhere else, um, we don't really want to associate with the non-devotees because they really don't have any topics other than I want to work. What was this baseball game or anything like that? So it's most likely prajarpa. So it's not really things that will benefit us. So we should always talk about Krishna topics. So the Vaishnavas always want to talk about other Vaishnavas and also Krishna. So when we talk about Krishna and we glorify other Vaishnavas too, our masters, then we really make advancements because we're basically saying, If I have anything, it's because of them. They are giving it to us so we can make advancement here." Hare Krishna.
Haribol, Prabhuji. Yeah, that's true. But it's not an easy task. One time a devotee asked Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, what will happen? He was asking this with a lot of concern that, Prabhupada, what will happen if everybody takes up Krishna consciousness? He was a little bit apprehensive that by everyone taking up Krishna consciousness, this world might not work properly. For example, who will build the houses? Who will build highways? Who will build planes? How will the society will function? That was his concern. But Srila Prabhupada said that nothing, it will be very good. If everybody will become, because the point here is that it's not that you should not work. Everybody, a Krishna consciousness engineer, a Krishna consciousness scientist, he will work phenomenally successfully. He will be very, very productive. And it will be very pure. It will be in Krishna consciousness. So he has to work, but he will work for Krishna. So that is what, the philosophy is that Bhagavad Gita, many times people, will misquote or misinterpret that Bhagavad Gita is about leaving everything. Actually, we are seeing verse after verse that Krishna is really not saying, yes, eventually, at some point of time, first you should learn how to work and renounce the results. You become expert in that. And then eventually you don't even have to do that particular work. If you are not needed, if you are really not needed to do that work, not just for the sake of working and showing that I can be selfless. You don't have to do that. But we have to do. We have to become expert in working and how to not be affected by the material entanglement. I personally have seen at least quite a few devotees in the Kansas City temple. One devotee was working in a restaurant. Obviously, not the best place spiritually, because all the meat and all other kinds of thing, stale food. He was very distracted. He used to, ask a lot of suggestion how he can do, but that was his livelihood. He has to take care of his family. He had 2 kids, and so eventually he spoke with Guru Maharaj also, and then anyhow he changed his. He had to work. He was distracted by the type of work he was doing, and Maharaj guided him that he can do some other seva. So he took up something else, which does not involve any meat or alcohol or tobacco and so on. Nowadays, the problem is that anywhere you work, these things are all automatically involved there. You go to a grocery store, it has got everything. It has got meat, it has got alcohol, it has got tobacco. So what can you do? Are you going to be working in that place or not? We have to restrict ourselves. There are options available. It may be limited, but that is what is the choice we have to make. And then another devotee was driving something like Uber sort of thing, but he was also not emotionally happy. All the time he used to say that, Prabhu, this is putting me in a lot of stress because my passengers they don't have any God consciousness. They're always talking about material things and how they are stressed out and so on. So I get stressed out by just listening to them. He used to do from airport to the midtown, downtown. So there is always material, meaning there is going to be dukhalayam ashashvatam. There is going to be misery. No doubt about it. But as Srila Prabhupada is saying here, how you can work in a material environment, but still not being affected by the work. You completely sacrifice that result to Krishna. Many devotees have done that. The president of Baltimore ISKCON Temple, devotees, is a neurologist. He's a very expert. He became very prominent during the COVID time. He came and he presented several seminars and workshops about the COVID. And he's a physician, surgeon. He's still working, but he was able to, he's the president of the temple. How can a doctor who is busy, a surgeon, the surgeon can be a great devotee? We all can definitely try. I know we also have our own material commitment, but we can definitely try, get inspired by such devotees, how to be. And there are so many doctors in ISKCON. They have done a wonderful job in Krishna consciousness in several temples. And the Mumbai temple, I'm not visited there. There is a medical, what is it called? Bhaktivedanta Hospital, I believe. Has anyone heard about that? Devotees? Bhaktivedanta Hospital?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, so they're devotees. But they have a profession, they have their families, but they do a wonderful job because they have actually understood what is renunciation. Renunciation is the attachment of that work, and all the attachment to the fruit, they give it to Krishna. So, any comments, Bashwati Mataji, Radha Mataji, please share your thought, and we definitely want to hear from Somen Prabhu today.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, can you hear me?
Yeah, your audio is very good now.
Okay. Yes, Prabhuji, the Bhakti Vedanta Hospital, yes, I heard about that. And many patients are getting free, I think free service, right, Prabhuji? Free service? With very nominal. With very nominal price. And Bhakti Vedanta Eye Hospital also there, they do cataract surgery. They have a camp. So everyone has their own family. Yeah, you are right, Prabhuji. So everything um, is for pleasing the Guru and Krishna. So it's very, very beautiful, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, externally, when people look at them, they may be thinking, hey, he's also making money, he's a material, he's working here. Not at all. Working for Krishna is different than working for a material sense gratification. It may the job might be the same, but what is the goal? What is the ultimate goal of doing that job? When they sacrifice that job, the result of that job to Krishna, that is what is Krishna saying. That is a great renunciation. Krishna is saying that it is even better than renouncing the work, but at some point of time, eventually, actually, Krishna has already explained this in chapter 3. What is that? Jnana yogena sankhyanam, karma yogena yogina. Arjuna, the best of all yoga, in chapter 3, is saying, Jnana yoga is good. Understanding and renunciation, these are all good. But karma yoga, meaning you have to work, but you have to sacrifice the result to Krishna. That is the best thing. And what is the best way to do that? With bhakti. Bhakti yogana sevate. So we are all trying, and thousands of devotees have taken this philosophy. They are able to do it very successfully. They are able to do it. And at one time, even one devotee asked, to Prabhupada, can devotees become politically involved? He said that yes, if somebody can really become good Krishna consciousness leader, that will be a tremendous benefit to the society, to the community. Like in those days, like Yudhishthir Maharaj, he was also a very great king, but he was working under Krishna consciousness. Ambarish Maharaj, all those personalities, they also work. So, Radha Mataji, any comments, Mataji? We would like to hear from you. Mataji is not driving, right?
No, actually, Mataji is sitting on the front, Prabhuji, and the audio is like the car, there's a car noise.
Okay.
It's not very audible. So
okay, then let us hear from Somen Prabhu. Prabhu, did you dance?
Yeah, Prabhu, we had a chance to, actually, Suval Prabhu and Renuka Mataji's Marcy, and they actually brought us to.
Yeah, that's what I was trying.
And that is all the way to their actually, Kripa actually, I should say. And they actually, for them actually, we have to.
Put care of.
So, Suval Prabhu hai to, and Radha Mataji hai to, sab kuch mumkin hai. Everything is possible. So for them, we actually able to visit.
This verse, I think, is appropriate for
them. And we actually got that new Talabana temple darshan. Today it was raining so heavily, so they planned, actually it is the Krishna's plan. So that's why we are able to visit new Talabana temple. Even that day also it was raining so heavily. And Subal Prabhu was driving so diligently, and the Krishna's march here today also.
Very bad.
And yesterday the weather was little better, and we are able to visit the New Orleans temples, Prabhu. New Orleans temples, it is a French is there, and it is like more than 150 years old, that building. And Prabhupada built it was in 1971, and the house is from 1974. So it is like very old, and both two temples are nurtured and made by Srila Prabhupada. And we are able to visit a new Talabana, the trail where Prabhupada used to walk, and they actually made it completely cemented, that one. And it was so good. And and Prabhupada's cooking, the famous picture 1974. Prabhupada used to cooking in the New Talaban. Everybody actually had that picture. So that was there, but that building was not there, but the remnants is there, that the basement actually there. So yeah, it was so good actually. It's just 1,200 acres. It is like a great fortune, and it is possible only due to the Subal Prabhu and Radha Biharini Mataji's mercy. They actually graciously actually gave the right to us. So that's why we are able to visit all the dham. Even Alachua. While going Alachua, we also able to visit, get the darshan. And while coming back, also returning, we also get the same darshan with that one. And even is the very great Muhurta Prabhu. While going, that day we are showing that some morning time, there are some Bhagavatam class was there.
Yeah.
And while coming today, we actually saw during the Arati timing.
Yeah.
The Gaura Arati time.
Evening
Time. So everything is actually so auspicious for me. Everything happened. But yeah. Cow Seva also. We also able to visit the Cow Seva also. They also took us to the Cow Seva as well. Yeah, that's I wanted to.
Small picnic while we returned, while we were going there with all the devotees.
Devotees, yeah. And also Prabhu, it was so enchanting to see that Dhanavir Goswami Maharaj actually last year in Upendra Prabhu's house, Maharaj was not feeling so well. And we actually saw Maharaj was sitting 3-4 hours in the ground. And those chairs, the front chairs, were actually reserved for the Prabhupada disciples. But I didn't see Dhanavir Goswami Maharaj sitting on the floor actually, 3-4 hours continuously. And we also saw that same year Prabhu God brother who came to there and with Maharaja's book with stall. And they are also there. They are also there and escorting Maharaj. It was so nice to see Maharaj is walking without anybody's help and everything. Dhanavir Goswami Maharaj. So nice. We also saw all the other Maharajas. Prabhu, they already described. I don't want to take any other extra time. Back to you, Prabhu. All glories to you. All glories to you.
This is the empowerment given by Srila Prabhupada.
Yes, Prabhu.
By Krishna, because these Maharaj have done so much seva, so much, complete, pure Shuddha Bhakti. They have not done for the last 50-55 years. They're completely surrendered to Krishna. So I'm very glad, extremely happy that Guru Maharaj is able to, function more independently now with what he was for the past few years. As we all know, when he visited Tampa last year, he was not even able to speak.
Yes, Prabhu.
But I saw some of the videos from the temple also. He's getting much better, and devotees are serving him very nicely. And even Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. These are all beyond material understanding. Nobody can even understand how these great personalities are able to even be in this kind of, even despite their whatever physical challenge, difficulties they may have, how they have that kind of an empowerment to even participate in such an event. Did you all meet with Jayapataka Swami Maharaj?
No, Prabhu, he was not able to come.
Okay.
No, he was not. He was not at the Sadhu Sangh, Prabhu. Last minute they cancelled.
Oh, he was not.
No. He's not well, Prabhu. He had to go through some procedure. So that's why the devotees do not take the risk to bring him here and there, because where he is in Dallas, that I think he will have a surgery or something procedures. That's why they do not want to move him here and there.
So if everything goes well, in June 4th, he might visit Atlanta. That I have heard. If he is feeling better, he will come to Atlanta.
One of his very good disciple is in Dallas, Sarva Jaya Prabhu.
Sarva Prabhu, Jayapataka Swami Maharaj's disciple. JPS. Oh, Maharaj is staying there in their house.
Yeah. That Prabhuji wanted to help us initially with the property and things like that. But they have this, is that Austin or which part of Texas, Prabhu? They have the land.
New
New
Navadvip Dham.
Navadvip Dham. So Subal Prabhu is telling new.
New Navadvip Dham.
Yes, yes.
Very near to Mexico border.
So devotees, I don't know how Subal Prabhuji handles all this thing. He's very empowered.
Yes,
Subal
Prabhu. That's how we have to.
we cannot even I cannot imagine.
No.
Yes, we cannot imagine. That is beyond our imagination.
But Prabhuji has to take care of himself, Prabhuji. That's what I'm telling Radha Mataji.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, yeah, it's like Prabhuji is doing too much, right? It's not that. It's not for health.
And Prabhuji, when got time, also going to the kitchen for the seva.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everywhere he is actually.
It's not like he is sitting in one place. Prabhuji always is finding work. And then Saturday he took all those devotees of Subhavilas Prabhuji's, all the devotees and to the New Orleans temple. He took all of them. And also the van also went, right, Prabhuji? The van and Subal Prabhu's car.
Yesterday,
Oh, yesterday.
Haribol.
And the other day, Subal Prabhu took them to Saturday to New Orleans, and again yesterday we went. So Prabhuji is always in action, and the band like three devotees, Anand Prabhu, Ekant Prabhu, and Nayanabhiram Prabhu, right?
yes.
Nayanabhiram Prabhu drove, but here Prabhuji only is driving. I told him, but
Mataji drove actually while going.
Mataji drove a few hours.
He doesn't give the car confidential.
And other than that, Prabhuji is driving the whole 8-9 hours by himself.
Let's continue for the
So yeah, that's also Prabhuji. This verse is very appropriate for Prabhuji Mataji's. Like when
Oh,
they're
definitely.
working for Krishna, they don't think much about themselves.
Exactly. When you work for Krishna, it is the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at the same time, Prabhu, please take care.
Yeah. At the same time, because
Sure, but
the health is important, and when you keep good care of your health, then you can do more service. Srila Prabhupada says that.
So, devotees, I thought there is a very nice verse from Srimad Bhagavatam that is very relevant to what we just read. This verse. Why not one of the devotees, maybe Arjuna Prabhu, are you able to read this verse? Or Nick Prabhu can read maybe the translation, something like that. Arjuna Prabhu, you want to try?
Sure.
This is
Evam-
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2, verse number 20.
Evam prasanna manaso bhagavad bhakti jogata bhagavad tattva bijanam mukta sangasya jayate.
Very good, Prabhu. Nick Prabhu, you want to try? Okay, Prabhuji, go ahead. Arjuna
Prabhuji, I
Prabhu.
can read.
Okay,
I
please go
can
ahead.
recite the book.
Okay.
Evam prasanna manaso bhagavad bhakti yogataha bhagavad tattva vignanam mukta sangasya jayate.
Very nice, Mataji. Let me try one time. Evam prasanna manaso bhagavad bhakti yogata bhagavad tattva vijnanam mukta sangasya jayate. Arjuna Prabhu, you want to read the translation?
Sure. Thus established in the mode of unalloyed goodness, the man whose mind has been enlivened by contact with devotional service to the Lord gains positive scientific knowledge of the personality of Godhead in the stage of liberation from all material association.
Haribol Prabhu. So this is also very relevant from Srimad Bhagavatam that we are in this, like you are in the ocean. You will get wet. You are in the water. But how to come out of the ocean is what is this material world all about. We cannot, unless you know how to swim and how to get help and get out of the ocean, we'll get drowned. That is what is the Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi, the cycle, the vicious cycle of this material manifestation. So people who are intelligent, people who can understand, only intelligent people can understand Krishna. You need some intelligence. So the Brajvasis, they were very intelligent in one sense. They did not have high scholarly education, but their intelligence was that they were able to understand, have complete faith in Krishna. That is what is more needed than a scholar who has read so many things, but he doesn't understand Krishna or he doesn't have any realization about Krishna. So we need to bring that kind of a Brajvasi type of love to kind of sacrifice all our material activities. We have to be in material world. We will be always engaged in material activities. We'll be always have material association. But we can convert all those things into Krishna by changing our consciousness. Acharyas have said that you cannot change the circumstances, but you can change the consciousness. You can be, when we make it Krishna consciousness, we can deal with anybody and everybody, still not be affected by the material entanglement. That is how our Acharyas have all, Acharya from the Parampara, Bhakti Vinoda Thakura was a grahastha. He had a very, very prominent job, government job. He had children. At the outset, it might look like he is leading a material world. No. In fact, he was the first one to send Krishna book to the Western world. He wanted to publish it. So we see that we have to understand, we have to learn about all these acharyas, how they performed, how they were able to do it. Any final comment, devotees? Is Chaitya Prabhu able to say a few words? Prabhu, if you are available to speak, we would like to hear from you. Okay. So, Arjuna Prabhu, why not we do this? Just read the first paragraph, then we'll conclude.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Would you like to share something, Prabhu?
Thank you for a good class.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Arjuna Prabhu, you want to read this paragraph?
Sure. Chaitya, why don't you say something though? Like, we would love to hear you. I'll read it, but after that, please say something at least, like a little bit. In the Bhagavad Gita 7.3, it is said that many thousands of ordinary men, one fortunate man endeavors for perfection in life. Mostly men are conducted by the modes of passion and ignorance, and thus they are engaged always in lust, desire, hankerings, ignorance, and sleep. Out of many such man-like animals, there is actually a man who knows the responsibility of human life and thus tries to make life perfect by following the prescribed duties. And out of many thousands of such persons who have thus attained success in human life, one may know scientifically the personality of Godhead. See Krishna. In the Bhagavad Gita 18.55, it is also said that scientific knowledge of Sri Krishna is understood only by the process of devotional service, Bhakti Yoga. Hare Krishna.
Very nice, Prabhu. Very nice. So, here, Srila Prabhupada, Krishna himself is saying Vijnanam. Vijnanam meaning scientific. It has to, what we are doing is not just a mundane or an unproven activity. Krishna consciousness is very, very scientific. Because what is science is, you test and there is an hypothesis, you test and there are some results, you compare those results. That is what Krishna consciousness is about. You work for Krishna, you'll be so happy. That is the ultimate purpose of our life, to understand Krishna and be happy. So this is a scientific process. Krishna is saying, And Srila Prabhupada is also explaining that by contact with devotional service to the Lord gains positive scientific knowledge of the personality of God. This is the best thing that can happen, devotees. To understand Krishna is the ultimate goal. Whatever work we may do, we have to work according to our guna and swabhava. Suddenly, one cannot become a doctor if your swabhava is not, to be in the medical profession. But you can be in any profession. Profession does not matter. Krishna says, Chaturvaranyam maya system guna karma vibhagasa. Guna. Based on your guna, you do anything, but do it in Krishna consciousness. So, Chaitya Prabhu, would you like to share some thoughts and we can conclude after that?
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you, Prabhu. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, you have a beautiful name, and you're also telling us that we have to go in the mood of the Vijavasis, and I see your name, Sri Rama. So basically, Vijavasi Sri Rama ki jai. Very nice name, Prabhu.
Haribol.
What do you want me to do? What do you want me to say?
Just briefly, you want to just share something about Krishna consciousness, whatever we read.
Oh, well, I'm going to say collect some of the remnants of your speaking, and then I say whatever I can. Yeah, like you were saying, people, they need to have some engagement, some occupation, because the natural system of material life is that everybody have to do something to survive. Life is not automatically, doesn't happen automatically here, but you have to do something. Even in the Bible says, if you don't work, you're not allowed to eat. So, Srila Prabhupada, he says, he quotes this example that you can be even a lion. The lion, he has a very powerful position because he's supposed to be the king. But even if you're the king of the jungle, still you have to work, because even the lion, he's so powerful and he's a king, but no animal goes to Mr. Lion and says, "Hey, Mr. Lion, open your mouth. I'm going to go inside you so you can eat me." At the time when the lion is sleeping, nahi subtasya simhasya pravishanti mukembriga. So no animal goes and knock the door in the lion's house, and he says, "Hey, Mr. Lion, let me go in your mouth. You don't even have to stop sleeping. I just go in your mouth, and then you eat me, so you don't have to work. You don't have to get up." No, that doesn't happen. So even if you have a powerful position in the material world like a lion, you have to work. Still, you have to do something. You have to go and work. So the arrangement is that, like Prabhu was saying, we dovetail our job, the results of our job, because that's a very nice point. Srila Prabhupada mentioned that about a factory worker. The result of our work have to be dedicated to Krishna. Okay, I might say, well, I'm a grihasta. How can I do that? So much of my money is going to go to my family. That's okay. But if your family is also practicing Krishna consciousness, then, and everybody is offering the food at home, and everybody is chanting japa, and everybody is listening to classes. So if the grihasta is actually a grihasta ashram, then that money is going to Krishna. Now, if part of that working thing goes to something else, then it's not exactly like going everything to Krishna. Now, for grihastas, this is a very heavy statement, but Srila Prabhupada says that also. He should be helping big time, like 50%. Of course, we cannot say we are at that standard, but he says 50% of his income has to go to Krishna. even to the point he says they cannot even dream to go to the spiritual world if they don't surrender 50%. Of course, we might not be at that level, but then we have to think about it. This is like a full-time grihasta. If he makes $100, he's using 50 for Krishna. That's a lot. We can say that like that, right? But that's the pushing. Srila Prabhupada's pushing. Anyways, the work is there, and we cannot stop it. It's the law of material nature. Everybody have to work. Cannot be stopped. The nature is going to force you to work. Then the trick is to dovetail the work for Krishna, and that because otherwise our work is going to bound us to this material world. Like Krishna says in the Gita, Jagyarta karmanoni atraloko yan karma bhandhanam. If we don't do that, then we have to get entangled in the reactions of our work, and then we have to take another body. So if we don't do the working for Krishna, dovetailing, then we're going to have to come back to the material world again and take another body and just keep the cycle. So one last thing, because I don't want to talk too much, because sometimes I talk too much. Krishna says, if you don't do this, you cannot obtain me, because and then you have to go back to the cycle of birth and death. Sradhadana purusat dharmasya parantapa aprapya mam nivartante. You won't be able to get me, to obtain me. And then what's going to happen to you? Mrityu samsara barmani. You have to go to the mrityu samsara barmani, to the cycle of death. So we have no choice. If we in the beginning, we have to do it because we have to try to get rid of our entanglement in material existence. Then when we become advanced and we get actually a taste of loving Krishna, then we're going to do it out of love. But in the beginning, we have to push ourselves. Even if we don't have the love, still we have to push it, because it's for our own welfare, our own benefit. So eventually we become advanced, and then we really, really, really want to serve Krishna out of love, and want to serve the mission also, Krishna's mission, which is represented by the devotees, like you guys, doing so much, preaching so much, everything so good. I mean, this is amazing. It's also the Prabhupada's mercy. One last thing. It's a conversation. Srila Prabhupada talking to Srila Jayapataka Maharaj, and he saw many devotees. Srila Prabhupada is very ill. He's very sick, and he can hardly talk. And the devotees, they tell Srila Prabhupada, we want to give you our youth, because you're old now and you can hardly function. So let's exchange your old age with our youth. And then Srila Prabhupada said, And then the devotees, they say, there is a story in the Bhagavatam. You remember the son, he was giving his youth to his father. And then Srila Prabhupada said, And then he said, there is no need to do that. And then the devotee said, why, Srila Prabhupada? You can hardly do anything now. You're so sick because you're too old. Srila Jayapataka Maharaj is telling Srila Prabhupada. And then Srila Prabhupada said, no, there is no need, because I'm working through your body. So your body, I'm working through your body. So your body is my body. So I'm working through you now. So I don't need to exchange. So all these devotees like you, Sridham, and all the devotees, they now are Srila Prabhupada's body working to push this Krishna consciousness movement. Anyway, that's it. Thank you.
Very nice, very enlightening, Prabhuji. Thank you for sharing your, thoughts and reflection. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Please join our Bhagavad Gita study every day. It's from 8 to 9 p.m. Same Zoom link. We would like to hear more from you, Prabhu. You are very elevated. Would like to learn more from you.
I'm obeying you because you told me to say something, so I'm just like obedient servant.
Haribol, Prabhuji. Please, are you in Tampa area, Prabhu, or where are you?
I live in Alachua now.
Oh, okay. Haribol. Hare Krishna.
He's a really good friend of mine. I mean, I know him since I was like a little kid. He was a very good friend of my father. So he has like 4 cows. I'm always trying to say, come to Tampa, come to Tampa. We have a temple now. I said, I'm always trying to invite him to come. I said, come, Chaitya, come. But I think he always says he wants to come, but I think he's too busy with work over there.
Sure, Prabhuji. But please.
One day by your mercy, I'll go, and then I get purified forever.
Oh, no, Prabhu. You will purify us, all of us. Thank you. But please visit us sometime, Prabhu. So, devotees, the time is now 9:10. We shall conclude now. We shall resume tomorrow. We'll continue with chapter 18, verse number 10. So, have a wonderful Krishna consciousness evening. Tomorrow is Ekadasi. So, I'm sure it's a very auspicious moment to think more on Krishna. वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Haribol devotees, Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Krishna, thank you.
Sridham Prabhu.